Hi everyone, just wait for everyone to arrive. I literally have no idea what I'm doing today for a change. I know I'm creating some kind of ZETTI collage and I've got lots of magazine pictures and things to inspire me. This is the one here at the front that I'm going to use for my main image. The first thing I'm going to show you, I have actually practiced earlier, and it is some scraping paint. It's probably better not to actually do it with me today because you will have a wet page. It's up to you. If you've got acrylics out and a credit card, you can do the first bit and then you can do the second bit another time. That might be an easier way of doing it. So I found this image here, which is a really sort of quirky face, quite big as well. So I'm just literally cutting around her. I'm going to chop her hair off. As lovely as her hair is, I'm not actually going to use the hair bit. So I'm just going to chop it off there. I might save the hair. I could use the hair for something else. So yeah, I will come back to the hair. And I'm just going around the face. It doesn't have to be black and white, it can be any colour, but a nice sort of big, unusual, striking face is a good thing to go for. I'm actually going to chop off her clothes as well. So there, I've just got their face. Okay, now the other bits I'm going to come back to once I start the collage, but I just found sort of really quirky outfits, quirky clothes. This one has got lavender on it, so I'm going to use the lavender possibly as part of a dress. We'll see. That's just a sort of wall which I thought I could use, and this is a magazine cover that I thought was quite nice to be able to cut up and collage as well. No, not the hair. Hi Claire. Hi Kylie. Sorry, I was that engrossed in the magazines, I've not seen who's arrived. Okay, so, oh, and then I've got this, which is just some scrapbook paper with words and things on it. So I'm going to show you the first bit first. So I'm going to move all that to one side and show you. I mean, you've probably done this before. If not, then yeah, it's something new. I have actually recorded this earlier as a YouTube video as well. So I've got 3 lots of acrylic paint. You don't water this down for this task. So what I'm going to do is just dot 3 blobs at the top of the page. And be quite generous with that. I love this colour. This is a yellow ochre or ochre. It's really, really pretty. It's like an orangey yellow. These are just paints from Wilko's. They were really cheap. So I'm going for quite a bright background with sort of reds, yellows and oranges. Then you need a credit card type card. I'm using a paper chase one because I never go to paper chase. I've never used it. So yeah, so that's what I'm using. This will make a mess, so you do need some kind of board underneath you for this. And literally you just get the paint from the top and you just scrape it down the page like so. I love doing this as well. Really love doing it. And then you can just go over it and just double scrape it. And if you've not got a card, you could use a braille roller for this. So that works as well, braille rolling. Has anyone done this before? Is anyone actually journaling today and doing this with me? So it's quite a bit of delay, isn't there? And then you can sort of like go back over it to blend it a bit better as well. So how hard you press on it depends. So if I press hard, look, it comes up as a solid colour. And then if I scrape, it brings some more of the yellow back out again. So, you know, you can just play around with it and change direction if you want to. It doesn't have to all be in one direction. Very messy, yeah. Like messy. So people are just watching, are you? Yeah, it's probably quite wise today to just watch, because it is quite a messy thing, but you can come back and do this whenever. Okay, so that's it really. You could then go in with some more paint if you wished. So you could just blob it on anywhere. Yeah, really nice colours, and you can just go in with some extra colour. Now you might want to use a stencil as well. If you use a stencil, this is a bit of Pulcinella, then you could probably get some quite cool effect going on there as well. Look, it sort of like raises up the paint. That one hasn't got much. While it's wet, it sort of indents into it as well, and you can scrape that off. So it just gives it a bit more texture as well. So perfect for a sort of mixed media background. Yeah, like that. Oh, you're watching from your garden. You're just going to watch, yeah. You can come back to it whenever you like though. That's the beauty of this. There we go. So that's that. Now I'm going to move that completely out of the way, because I've got, just like Blue Peter, one that I prepared earlier. Ta-da! So this one hasn't got any texture on it, but again, that is fine. I've now got really mucky hands and I've only just done my nails, but never mind. So for this, obviously it's A4. I've just used it's just watercolour paper. So you can use watercolour paper with acrylic or mixed media paper, whatever. A4 does tend to work better for collages. Yeah, here's one I made earlier. Okay, now whenever I'm doing a collage, I generally start with the main focal point. So for this, obviously, that is the girl's face. Oh, I'm running out of Pritt stick. I mean, I have got some cheap Pritt stick, and I've got some with a purple, but the purple I tend to get it everywhere, and it ends up smudging all over my page. So I'm going to put her bang in the middle, because she's going to have big things on her head. She stands out really, really well, actually. I quite like it being black and white against the orange. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw on with a gold Sharpie or a brown, a really sort of thin neck. So this is all the sort of Tisha Moore's ZETTI style, which is the first type of art that I learnt. I actually joined Tisha Moore's Artstronauts group. It was something like £25 a quarter, but you got loads of collage sheets. So this is Tisha Moore's style here. This is some of her work. That's the Diane Reevely, I think, who does a similar style. This is the Tisha Moore. I learnt lettering from that site, and she offered loads of collage sheets that you could download as well as part of your subscription. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is come back to, ooh, things are flying in the air everywhere here. Come back to these sheets. So I'm thinking of some kind of body using the lavender. It will go on, and again, I'm not precisely measuring this. I'm just randomly cutting something that will represent a dress, a ZETTI style dress. Hi Lindsay, just doing some ZETTI art, Lindsay, today. I know you're into your ZETTI art, so you'll probably be better than me at this. Okay, so I'm just going to glue on the dress. There we go. Oh, by the way, while I remember, I'm not going to do a video next week because I'm doing my indie night on the Saturday. So I'm going to take a break next week and it will be on the week after, but I'm not sure whether that's bank holiday and whether that's going to be a problem for people. So do let me know. If it is a problem, I can do a different day. I could probably do the Saturday afternoon the week after. That might be easier. So yeah, do let me know. Hi Georgina, Georgia? Don't know where that came from. Right, so there is her dress. I'm just going to colour in her neck. What I like about these pages is, one, that you never know where it's going to go, and two, it just grows into something very strange like most of the time. I think she's going to have a big arm. I'm liking the look of this arm. Yeah, I think the arm will work quite well. I think Stephanie's seen me create a few of these pages before in real life, and yeah, I always end up hating them and then really liking them towards the end, and I always go, oh my god, what am I doing, this looks an absolute mess, and then I go, oh actually I really like it. Yes, I'm liking the arm. So I'm just going to cut the other arm out. I don't know whether to have one of her arms. No, yeah, just leave it like that. Nods. Yes, yeah, every time that's what I do. Yeah, I think I'm quite delayed actually from there. I've almost seems to delay more each time I do it. Right, so let's get the other arm on. She's looking a bit crazy now. So there we go. Actually, this glue is not too bad. It's just a cheap Wilko's glue. It's normally rubbish. Okay, so that is that bit. Now I need something for her head. I'm thinking of doing a crown using the hair from this image. So what has everyone been up to this week then? Have you been creating, any of you? Did anyone manage to do any tiny TN pages? Because I've not seen any on the wall. You love it. I can hardly see her neck though. Yeah, you can see it. I just like them to have thin necks. It's quite weird. I'm going to be going over all of this. This is nowhere near the finished article yet, so hang in there. So I'm just cutting her crown. There we go. Quite like that. And all the pieces that you've cut off, save them because they're going to get used. You've only just managed to find where you put it. This is the thing. I was going to use my chalk pens today, and can I find them? No. No idea where they are. Oh, actually thinking on now, you know, they might be on the top of my fridge. I might need to grab them in a bit. We shall see. So she's going to have a crown at an angle. Like so. Now, with the bits that you've cut off, you can start creating some kind of border at the side. So again, it's just very random. Now that I've got my new work roots, I'll be able to relax and make time for art and craft. Oh, yeah. I mean, I haven't really done anything since last week's video because I've been back at work this week. I've been in work. I went in work on Tuesday and then I've been working from home for the rest of the time. So, been quite busy with that. And I think students are engaging a little bit more as well now than they were before we broke up for Easter. And I think that's probably because they've been so bored over this time. When they first broke up, they were like, I'm not doing any work. And now they're like, oh my God, give me work. I need work. I'm so bored. So yeah, so it's been a bit busier. So now I'm going to use some of this paper and I'm just going to rip it in a strip. So again, this is just really random, this border. It's just meant to be a bit of a mess. Right, so I'm just going to use a white Posca pen because that is all I've got. But and then I can go over it in a Sharpie. So I'm going to do her legs. So the ZETTI style of legs is quite thin. So I'm just going to wait for that bit to dry. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to use my starry colours. Paintbrush, paintbrush, paintbrush. Yes. So, I haven't used these for ages. Ages and ages. So I don't know what colours are going to go over. So we'll try this one. So this is the red gold. God, they're really dry. I literally haven't used them for about 2 years. Hi, Cheryl. Okay, so quite faint. Very faint. Oh, you see, I needed my... Yeah, that's a little bit too faint for what I want. So I'm just going to rub that off. I do like it though, so I might just add a few splodges here, there and everywhere just to give it a bit of sheen. And again, this is just messy. Just whack it on however you want. I mean, and I know you normally don't watercolour like this, but I'm just getting some sparkle to it. There we go. So right, what I'm doing here is just something to add my text to. This is something that Tisha Moore does quite a bit and creates like weird shapes and lines where you can put text, and you can put text inside it or you can put text above it. It will make sense once I start doing it. And the gold Sharpies are really good for this, as they really sort of stand out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start outlining in the Sharpie, And again, this doesn't have to be neat. But it just adds that bit of edge to everything, just to make it pop a little bit. And it just evens out any bits where you've cut it wonky as well. You could also add a bit of shadow if you wanted to on one side, so it just comes off a bit deeper. It will come together. This is the thing with these. When I first start doing them, you like look at it and go, what the hell is that? But then once it all comes together, it just looks really good once it's all done. Right, what I could do with is a black Sharpie. And I don't know what I've done with it. Never mind, we'll go with green. Yes, a white gel pen should, if it's a decent one. If it's one of the pound shop ones, not a chance. But if it's a Unipin one, they're really good. So the Unipin ones, well, this is really not actually doing what I want it to do. This will do. This will be better. Right. So let's get her legs done. They're not ideal. I didn't actually do them the way I wanted the legs. And this is not showing up very well. But it'll do. There we go. She's got her funky legs. Next up is she needs some eyes. I know she's got eyes, but she's going to have some different eyes. So this is just, she's going to have a colourful eye. Like so. And I'm just putting it a little bit higher up than her other one. Oh yeah, that is what you've got. That should work fine. I use those on black paper. And I think I've used them on black acrylic. Okay. So, she's got a bigger eye. And what I'm going to do now is colour in her lips. So Sharpies are great for this. I'm going to make her lips bigger. Sort of a bit Alice in Wonderland lips. And Queen of Hearts. Like so. I'll just put it a bit closer so you can see it. And she's going to have rosy cheeks. There we go. And she's going to have big lashes. And some darker eyeliner. There we go. So that's the face. So now I'm just going to do some little patterns coming out of her hair, a hairline. On her head. Like so. face is more or less done. I'm just going to outline a face in the uni pin. There we go. So that is that. Now comes the fun part, the lettering. So does anyone know what phrase I could use for her today? It can be a long phrase today. Nothing to do with COVID though, please. Oh, her eyes fell off, so the glue's not that great. I've lost my eye, I've lost my eye. I'll use the purple glue. There we go, she's got her eye back. So, has anyone got a phrase that I could use? Can be a longer phrase, as I said. Oh, I've just found something. I'll let you have a think of a phrase that I can use whilst I'm cutting this out. Oh yes, I am liking that. Sometimes you have to throw on your crown and remind them who you're dealing with. Ah, yes, I like it. Right, you might have to remind me of that in a minute because it's going to disappear off my screen. So, you know, copy and paste that for me in a minute when I need it. I tried to be normal once, worst 2 minutes of my life. I do like that, but I'm going to go with the sometimes you have to throw your crown and remind them who they're dealing with. So, writing. Right, so that's going to dry, and whilst that dries I'm going to use the Posca pen to add a bit of detail to different things. So I'm just dotting around lots of bits. Oh, I've got to be dead careful because everything's wet and I don't want to lean on anything. Normally I would come back to this at this point and let everything dry. So this is just giving everything a bit of definition. Then when I've done that, I am going to outline the lettering. And add a bit of definition into the background as well. So I'm just drawing some weird ZETTI flowers now. These are generally, anything goes with these. They're just weird, kind of Alice in Wonderland-y type flowers. So basically what these do is they just sort of fill a void on the page. And you can add any sort of patterns really, Zentangle things, dots, whatever you like, just to lift it. So yeah, this is just filling in the background really, just to make the background stand out a bit more and to really sort of make it pop. I'm not going to sit there and do the whole thing because it will take me forever. This type of art does take me a while. Same with the outlining of the letters. I'll show you on one how I do it, and then what I'll do when I've finished the whole thing, I will share it in the group. You choose a side, so you outline it all first, and then you choose a side to be a bit bigger than the other in the shadow. So for this one, I'm doing it so that the shadow's on that side. So you just make that deeper on that side. So that's how the lettering comes out, and it really makes the lettering pop. Then you can also add like dots to the lettering as well. But I only ever do it on the first word. So there we go. I think that's more or less as much as I'm going to get done today. Because I've been going over that, now it's gone manky. This is what happens with these pens. If it's not fully dry what you're going over, it then stops them working, look. Oh, and it's my favourite pen. And the other one's already gone bad. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to leave it there, folks, because my pen has literally given up until it dries out. So I really like that. To say that I'd not really planned apart from the head, and I knew that I was going to do the dress out of the lavender, I really like it. Now, it will be all full, more or less, once it's finished. So it will have all these little bits. Letters will be outlined and so on. So I really like that. Really like it. I'm just going to give her a little dots on the cuff here. And there. Right, so I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope it's given you some insight into the Tisha Moore style collages. I would love to see you have a go at this, and I would love to see you post some of these on the wall to sort of show me what you've been doing, how you've sort of put it together and so on. Nice to see everyone, and I will see you very soon. All right, thanks, bye.